Now let's move on to the third kind of question in the advantage and disadvantage essays. In this type, they will ask you for your opinion as well. However, be aware that this is not an opinion essay. You are to balance the advantages and disadvantages and then share your views on it. The focus is not on your views. So as usual, the introduction will contain the paraphrase statement with your opinion, and the two main body paragraphs will elaborate on one disadvantage and one advantage. Finally, in the conclusion, you can share your opinion again. Make sure that the two main body paragraphs do not contain your opinion. You will need to have a balanced approach when you elaborate on the advantages and the disadvantages. Again, one of each will do. Else you may run out of time. After all, you are expected to contain the essay to about 280 words max. Now, what will the question prompt look like for this one? We are redoing the same question prompt to suit the third kind, so pay attention to the way it's worded. Children are getting more and more addicted to the mobile phone. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this and give your opinion. Now, the topic is the same, however, your approach will need to be different. Let's see how the introductory sentence sounds. In the present days, accessibility to mobile phones is on the increase. Everyone owns one or two of them. Therefore, it is well within reach of children who seem to be using them extensively, and I think that this has a grave impact on growing children. Pay close attention to the way your opinion is being shared here. I think. Now that shows your examiner you're willingly sharing your opinion. On one hand, there are many advantages, like the children becoming smarter because of their exposure to more information. My young nephew learned his letters of the alphabet just when he was 2, and he could pronounce them perfectly. He also learned numbers and could count up to 100 by the time he was 3. He used to play an interesting game that had a fun way of teaching these. Repetitive listening, watching, and playing has made him very adept at counting. Many of his friends, too, are as good as him in English and math. On the other hand, the negative impact of constant use of mobile phones cannot be ignored. Now, this sentence does not sound opinionated. It's only sharing the other side of the topic or the other side of the argument. The other day, when we were out for dinner, I noticed many children in the restaurant glued to their phones, oblivious to their surroundings. Imagine what the dim light at the restaurant can do to their eyes. Incidentally, a survey conducted has shown that many children are prone to eye cancer due to constant exposure to mobile phones. Now, this definitely is something to consider seriously enough to discourage young children from using mobile phones. Finally, to conclude, I do believe that since the disadvantages of children using mobile phones are more harmful than useful, it is better to nip this trend in the bud before it gets out of hand. This is about 272 words. And do notice how the language in the introduction and the entire essay changes. Right from the start, your opinion is very clear and it holds good throughout till the conclusion. So we've seen how the approach changes and how we can handle it. Bear in mind these key words that you can look for to decide which type of question it is. You can see words like discuss, outweigh, give your opinion, do you think. So that makes it very clear that you're expected to share your opinion. Trust we have successfully given you a clear picture about the 3 types of advantages and disadvantages essay. And more importantly, how you can approach them in your test. So bye for now and happy practicing.